The atmosphere means a lot and a lot to us. And now the question is, can we live without the atmosphere? I think it's impossible. So our topic today is about the atmosphere. We will talk about the components of the atmosphere and the importances of the atmosphere. The second part of our topic today is about the weather. What is the weather? What are the atmospheric conditions? And why we concern in the atmospheric conditions? And how can we measure and determine the atmospheric conditions?
What are the components of the atmosphere?
What are the importances of the atmosphere?
إذا احنا نسجل ثاني
necessary for continuity of life. Approximately all living organisms depend on oxygen to get the required energy from food inside our body cells through a process called respiration. So, oxygen is necessary for respiration. Oxygen is necessary for combustion of all organic substances. As you can see, burning of candle depends on the presence of oxygen. Oxygen represents 21% of the atmospheric components, approximately 1/5 of the atmospheric components. And this ratio remains constant by the aid of green blends. So we should increase the green area, or at least protect it, as our life depends and related to the presence of green blends. Air contains carbon dioxide gas. But how can we detect the presence of carbon dioxide gas in the air, as it is colorless, odorless, and tasteless gas? We can use clear lime water to detect the presence of carbon dioxide gas in the air, as carbon dioxide gas reacts with clear lime water, or we can say with calcium hydroxide, the scientific name of clear lime water, forming insoluble substance called calcium carbonate. These substances make the clear lime water becomes turbid. So we can say that carbon dioxide gas turbid clear lime water. We proved that air contains carbon dioxide gas, but what is the ratio of carbon dioxide gas in the air? Carbon dioxide gas found in a small amount in the atmosphere, as it represents 0.03 of the components of the atmosphere. Plants have the ability to store sunlight in the form of chemical energy within food, but they need another components or another substances to store the solar energy within them, such as water and carbon dioxide. But now the question is, what is the importance of carbon dioxide? carbon dioxide gas has many importances in our life, such as it is necessary for green plants to perform photosynthesis process. Also, it used in making fizzy drinks. Oh, I like fizzy drinks so much. Also, we use carbon dioxide gas in extinction fires because it doesn't burn and doesn't help in burn. So we can say that the importance of carbon dioxide gas in our life, first, it is necessary for green plants to perform photosynthesis process. It also used in making fizzy drinks. Number 3, we can use carbon dioxide gas in extinction fires because it doesn't burn and doesn't help in burning. Nitrogen gas, the most abundant gas in the atmosphere, as it represents 78% of the atmosphere. Nitrogen has many importances in our life, such as it reduces the effect of oxygen in the combustion process as it competes with oxygen around the burning process, and it let little amount of oxygen to reach the burning object. Number 2, nitrogen is used in making ammonia and fertilizers. Air contains water vapor, and this causes the humidity of the air. Also, you should note that the humidity of the air depends on the amount of water vapor in the air. But now the question is, how can we prove that air contains water vapor? It's very easy. Just extract ice bottle from the freezer and leave it for a while. You can notice here formation of water droplets on the outer surface of the bottle, which indicates that air contains water vapor.
What is the weather? What is the weather?
We will talk about the weather. What's meant by the weather? Weather is the expected conditions in an area during short period of time, not exceed 1 week. And then let's discuss some conditions of the weather. The first atmospheric condition is the atmospheric temperature. All of us concerned in the atmospheric temperature as it affects our activities during day or even night time. For example, we choose the type of clothing according to the atmospheric temperature. But now the question is, how can we measure the atmospheric temperature? We measure the temperature by using a device called thermometer. We have a lot of types of thermometers, such as the slided thermometer and the digital thermometer, as we can see. The atmospheric temperature during daytime is always more than the atmospheric temperature during nighttime. So we call the atmospheric temperature during daytime as the maximum temperature, and we can define it as it is the expected temperature during daytime, while the atmospheric temperature during nighttime is called minimum temperature, and we can define it as it is the expected temperature during nighttime. The next atmospheric condition is the atmospheric pressure. To understand what's meant by the atmospheric pressure, I'll perform the following activity. Okay, it is not magic. Paper doesn't fall down due to the atmospheric pressure, as the air or atmospheric pressure equals the water pressure. So the paper doesn't fall down. But now the question is, how can we measure the atmospheric pressure? We can measure the atmospheric pressure by using a device called barometer. The third atmospheric condition is the wind. All of us concerned in the wind, especially pilots and sailors. They concern in the wind speed and the wind direction. But first, what is meant by the wind? Wind is the movement of air from high pressure areas, the clouded areas, to the lower pressure areas. But how can we measure the wind direction and the wind speed? We can determine the wind direction by using a device called the wind vane, while we can determine or measure the wind speed by using a device called a anemometer. The sun is the main reason for formation of clouds and rain, as it evaporates the water of seas and oceans, forming water vapor. And then water vapor rises up, forming clouds. Then winds move clouds, and when the temperature decreases, the water vapor condenses again, forming water drops. And air can't carry these water drops, so it falls in the form of rain.
What are the components of the atmosphere? What are the components of the atmosphere? What are the components of the atmosphere?
What are importance? What are the importance of the gases?
أنا مش عايز سرعة.
What are the importance? What are the importance of the importances of the gaseous state?
O oxygen gas. O oxygen gas. O oxygen gas. O oxygen gas.
Oxygen gas. Importance oxygen gas. Importance oxygen gas. Importance
Of oxygen. What are the importances of oxygen gas?
What are the importance of the
What are the importances of oxygen gas?
What are the
شد الفيشة.
What are the importances of gases? Oxygen. What are the importances of oxygen gases? What are the importance of the gases? What are the importance of
بص هنا.
what are
كف عليك يا شيخ.
what are the importances?
بصي هنا.
What's the importance of gases? What are the importance?
The important.
What are the importance of what are the importance of carbon gas? What are the importances? What are the importances? What are the importance of carbon dioxide? What are the importances? What are the importances of carbon dioxide? Of carbon dioxide.
فكرة